Welcome back to Mail Call. I've done a bit of fiddling with the performance of the cameras and I found a number of interesting things. Um, OBS in Windows versus OBS in Linux are not the same beast. Um, I was wondering why a lot of people in forums are saying, "Well, I need to change my video source and I need to change it from YUVVT422 format and I want MPEG format." Well, I do that on my cameras and I don't get it. But if I bring up QT-V4L-L2 test utility, I do get it. So when I brought up the 922 camera, sure enough, there was MPEG, but OBS wasn't doing it. OBS was overriding that and using a lower frame rate and a lower encoding, which is really annoying because that made the hands, like my hands right now, are smooth. Before it was like, we're talking, if I went to 1280 by 720, I got like 10 frames per second crap. So this didn't make sense. So I did some experimenting. Um, in OBS, you can open a video for Linux device, which is what I was doing, and it wasn't working. So I tried open a VLC device, specifying the URL. It worked, and I could do things, but it was slow. In the sense, there was a latency effort in it. So roughly a couple of seconds. So if I move my hand, you'd see my hand move a couple seconds later. So I didn't like that. So I tried another one method out, and that is app capturing the output from the VLC testing program. Sorry, not the QTV for L2 test utility. So you can start multiples of them. So I started up one for each camera, and then I turned around and captured them in here. It was tricky because I had to do them one by one by one to get them all lined up. And OBS, for some reason on this box, the audio also is wonky. Now, I can actually fiddle with things now. I'm finding exposure isn't automatic. Let's put it on manual. Let's see if this does the trick. Okay. So I can actually manipulate these cameras more in real time with the tool and get all the features, not just a few of the features. So I'm hoping this does a better job and a better performance. So the webcam is quicker, the face cam is quicker, the desktop cam is definitely quicker, I can tell already, right? And we'll see. Okay, I had 4 items come in. The first item was these guys. They're just little clamps. I'm using them to prevent my shells from tilting like this when I put a clamp on the front of it. So I'll put these at the rear on the post, and it'll just prevent the shelf from coming up. They're not the strongest of clamps. They're only a couple of bucks each, these things, $2 or $3. But they already use one on the computer over there, and it does the trick just fine. So that'll be pretty good. The second item I have is 3 types of USB to TTL programmers. So we've got CPE 2102s, and these guys here are CH340s. These are the same chips that are on a lot of Arduinos. And this one, it just says YP01. And for some reason, the chip has been erased, like the surface of the chip. Well, I'm hoping that this will do a better job for this project that I was working on than this serial to TTL converter. I have some more coming, and they actually have an extra pin, a DTR pin, just for Pro Minis and stuff, so that they can trigger the write better. We'll see. And then I will be working on the lamp. You know, white in this camera is so bright. Yeah, So I have these replacement for halogen J bulbs. White, more white, and makes a glare. I really have to do something with the cob light. I need to position it better. But I will do some more work later today on this. And then last but least, that's right. It looks like a tube. It is a tube. See? The idea of this is I want to make a fume extractor for soldering. So I can place this somewhere and at one end have a fan and it just sucks air through the tube. So I will find out how this will all work. It's a pretty stiff tube. So more stiff than I expected. So that's it for mail call. I'm going to next do a video on the fixing of the lamp. So I'll be back in a bit.